Thanks, Fran. Can I start by acknowledging the traditional owners and pay my respects to their ancestors past and present, and also acknowledge some sorry business that I'm aware is on in this area at this time. I'd like to start by answering the question, no. No, we're not there yet. And my challenge is, if you're in the business of digital and government and you think you're there yet, it's time to retire. Because you're actually never there. If you truly look at the true nature of digital and transformation, we are being pulled and pushed and driven by consumer expectations, by development and technology, and by movements in policy that mean we've got a big agenda ahead of us. And we've started a process that we call internally meerkat reviews. And what that simply means is, for God's sake, lift your head up, have a look around. Has anything changed? Right now, change direction. And the reason why we did that is, if you read what we started off to do in our service delivery reform agenda 5 years ago, we did not envisage smartphones and mobile at all. Thank God we had Gary Sterenberg come from the ANZ Bank, and he pushed us and said, the world is going mobile, I'm going to stop ordering desktops. Jackie, remember this? No one's going to have a desktop. Our customers aren't going to do business on a PC, they're going to go on mobile. And we thought, he's a little bit crazy. But actually, he was spot on. And now mobile and digital has gone from about 5% of our business to we've just clocked over 50%, so it's our biggest channel. And in the world of in your hand, it's just clocked up, I think, Davika, 5 million people just recently. So had we stopped and done a meerkat review, we might have seen that coming. We were just lucky we had a retail bank CIO who saw it coming and got us ready for it. So all of you out there, convince your audit departments. What you should be doing is meerkat reviews. Our audit department's having a meltdown, thinking about how they're going to assess us when we conduct these reviews. The first point I wanted to make actually is it's not about us, but about our customers and the community. And you've seen a number of these stats would have been shared already over the course of the conference. But consumer expectations are changing about the way they conduct their life, and their expectations are, in that regard, government is not isolated. So increasingly consumers want to do business with government using digital. So what does that mean for us? Well, for us it means we've needed to stop thinking like a government department, start thinking like a bank, and start thinking like a retail operation. And our benchmark, loosely, is to make our doing work with us as easy as a bank. So if you've had to apply for something recently, you'll see we've got a little while to go. The second expectation is 24/7. Jackie Curtis was up here on the stage before. We work very closely with our colleagues at the ATO. And last year, when we did the first run at MyGov and MyTax and eTax, we realised we can't shut our call centres at 5 p.m. on a Saturday or a Sunday, and we realised our new peak is 8 p.m. to 11 o'clock at night, because that's when families want to do business in digital with us. So we had to sort of run around, reorganise ourselves, get our calls all diverted to our 24-hour call centre. So we actually had someone who, when you had a problem at 10:30 at night, you actually had somebody who could help you with an assisted digital service. So big lessons there. Immediate responses. Didn't see that one coming. I pushed enter, the claim went to you, the Commonwealth. Now I want an answer. No, now. Oh, we forgot to tell you, we're paid to assess that claim within 21 days. Can you just wait for 21 days, as Jackie called it, radio silence? Well, no, I'm going to start ringing you to say, did you get it? Have you done something with it? On average, our customers are coming and calling or coming in to see us 4 times after they've submitted a digital claim, because they want immediate feedback about where's it at, where's it progressing. So we're about to rob from the IP of Domino's Pizza and put a Domino's Pizza wheel on our digital products. So just like the pizza, you order it, yes, we got it, we're baking it, it's in the car, it's outside your house, we'll do the same thing. We got it, we're doing something with it, we'll raise a task, you owe us some information, we've processed it, here's your payment, this is when it will end up in your bank account. So we're going to do that with our customers, because in the digital world, when I push enter, I expect a response now, and as you know, we're not all set up to that, nor are we paid sometimes to actually process at that sort of speed. Increasingly, in terms of customer expectations, we've found what that means for government is, in the world of digital, customers don't care what level or brand or agency of government you're from. God damn it, I just want to change my address. I don't care that you're Main Roads, or that you're Queensland Health, or that you're Medicare Australia, or Human Services, Vic Roads. I've changed my address. Why can't you just tell everybody? And for our colleague here, I think was from Queensland Main Roads, you'll be pleased to know we were with your Executive Director yesterday working out when we get a change of address, we can tell the tax office, we can tell Medicare, we can tell Centrelink now, can we tell you? Because our customers are saying, why can't I update my licence? So we're going to work out how we do that with the Queensland transport people, Main Roads and transport people. But this is consumers driving this expectation that we will be able to do these things, because in the world of digital, their expectation is everything's connected. Jackie talked about the Digital Transformation Office, so I won't go on for too much further, but there is a big shift with the launch of the Digital Transformation Office to being more user-centric, to being putting the customer experience first. And I was with Paul Shetler yesterday, the new CEO, on the road in Queensland. He was looking at the great work actually the Queensland State Government are doing up there and Brisbane City Council, and looking at how we can take this concept of the customer's experience needs to transcend all levels and all tiers of government, because when they have a child, they don't want to have to go to 5 different places to do the things that they need to do around the birth of that child. I'll leave Paul to talk about, I'm sure he'll be invited to the next one, about the Digital Transformation Office, but it's 1 July it started. They're storming and forming, and they've got a lot of work on a pretty important agenda to pull off. So environmentally, customer expectations changing from the Australian government's perspective, a massive push to digital. The Digital Transformation Office is a symbol of that. So I want to talk now about our experience and give you sort of the take on how far we are in terms of our agenda. We've thanks, Fran. We've bit of a because you're all from different places. Our organisation, we have about 23 million customers, predominantly because we Medicare payments. We touch nearly everybody in the Australian community. About 60 million phone calls a year, about 1,000 service points, 400 of them are ours and about 600 of them are agents. About 34,000 staff, I think it's about 30,000 FTE, and we shift about 159 or 160 billion dollars in Commonwealth money in terms of the transfer system. And just to give you some idea, that's about 1/3 of the federal budget. So when we tweak things, it's important to get it right, because there are big impacts when you get that wrong. As an organisation, in terms of our journey, we went through what we call the sort of consolidation phase, or you might want to call it the amalgamation phase, where we brought all of the parts of the old organisations together, the different agencies, and actually Jackie Curtis was a big part of that, because HR and change was a massive task. And during that time, we did some pretty big things at rocket speed. Build one finance system, one HR system, one set of employment arrangements, a brand, a uniform for the staff, one-stop shops, people co-training between Medicare and Centrelink, and child support. So we did a hell of a lot of work during that phase. In the second phase, which sometimes is known as service delivery reform, we did a lot of work on integration, and I want to point out a couple of things during that integration phase that are in the sort of the digital space that are very interesting lessons from our past 4 to 5 years. The first is co-design and the value of co-design. We spent a lot of money on setting up a co-design capability in the department. So there's this notion of designing with our customers and designing with our staff, our services, and we just keep getting better and better at doing that. It was a bit of a journey, but to give you some idea of the value that has in terms of digital, this product here is the child support app. If you are a child support payee or payor, you're probably using it. I won't ask you to disclose that. But how we designed it, actually, we started it in Adelaide, and we got our staff to say what would be the cool thing we could do with a child support app. What would be of value to our customers, and we sort of tried to replicate what we were doing in the online PC space in an app. We mocked it up, we prototyped it, and we took it to our customers, and they said, "Oh, that's not what I want at all." And we said, "Oh, but this is what you do on a PC with us. We've just replicated. There's nothing new here." And they said, "No. If you're going to put it on my phone, what we want is an ability to be able to talk to each other via the app to make our arrangements around shared care and a whole bunch of dialogue. Because if we have to do that on a government app, we'll be nice to each other. And if you support that dialogue and then do all the calculations you need to do about a child support arrangements, you can just get out of our way then, and we'll deal with that, and we'll only contact you when we need to." So it was really interesting that the mode of the delivery absolutely reframed the service delivery model, because when we put it in parents' hands, they saw the value of it being a bi-directional digital conversation between the two of us. We do what we need to do at the back end to make calculations and make adjustments, and you only really need to intervene when we absolutely need to. So it was a really good example of don't assume all the best ideas have to be in your own team, because actually the customer has some really smart ideas around how you might shape your products. Second one is Wi-Fi. An APS4 came up with an idea. It was really funny. He sent me a note through our ideas program. Dear Tam, yep. We want customers to go digital, yep, but we don't have wireless for them. Okay, don't you get it? Our customers are some of the poorest people in Australia. They don't have data plans. They have no credit left on their phone, and you want them to download an app. And it was a phrase you'll be familiar of, no shit Sherlock. He said to me, turn the wireless on for our customers. So we've gone through a process, rather torturous, where we've got permission from the security people to turn our wireless network on for our customers, and over the next 6 months you can come in and use Wi-Fi. We're hoping it's not attractive to people to sort of come and spend too much time in our offices, because already air conditioning is a problem in Queensland, and we think we add wireless, we're going to become like McDonald's. There's going to be lots of people there and no one's buying food. The other one here is MyGov. We took the MyGov digital thing, and it just happened. ATO had to get out of it, shop front in Brisbane, so did we. And we thought, gee, why don't we go and have a go at this together? Why don't we try and put an integrated service offer together? We had a bit of an idea. We really didn't have a detailed plan. We put butcher's paper up on the site, and we got the staff and the customers to co-design the service delivery model. And now we're a year down the track. When you walk into that site, you don't know you're dealing with an ATO officer or a DHS person or a Medicare. You have no idea, because what you're getting is an integrated government service offer, and we've all co-trained in each other's products. That really was the house that Jack built, because we had to make it up on the fly and organically grow it, and we've morphed that now to Sydney, Adelaide and Perth, and refined and iterated as we've gone. But if you were to ask us where was our blueprint for the MyGov shopfront, I'd have to resurrect the butcher's paper that was on the wall in Queensland, because that's how we designed it. The next phase of our transformation is actually really important. We've done a lot of really good digital work facing the customer, but our back-end systems, and I'll explain it later, do not support the delivery that we need, the delivery model that we need going forward, and so we need to replace that. I'll go through that in a second. In terms of some of our achievements, the numbers are good. We've got a lot of work to do to improve our customer experience, and you don't have to look at social media to see some of that, but we're working with our partners to do that. But we're just over 7.5 million people have clocked onto MyGov and are using MyGov. I think this year that'll go up significantly because of the tax return cycle. And we started only 2 years ago, so we're at 7.5 million over 2 years. My personal target is we have to overtake Qantas Frequent Flyer, which is the biggest membership-based organisation in Australia, 10.1 million. So when we pass them, we'll know we've got a really, really good critical mass, because actually it's quite hard to predict what the end game number is, because of the way people are entitled to different things and the way new members come on board, and it brings new populations with it. 5 million apps in operation, and the people are using our apps, and about just over 1 million documents lodged electronically. We had a big success in letters. We've ditched letters for a range of transactions, so we don't send a manual letter anymore. We send you an electronic one to your MyGov inbox. Australia Post love me. No, kidding. Actually, they're working really closely with us, because they've got the same agenda to move mail into the digital domain. So we're working really closely with Australia Post on that. And it's had some pretty cool results. The three things I wanted to say about results and achievements over and above sort of the normal stats is develop a culture of just have a crack. If you sat and tried to design and prescribe this in the digital world, it just won't hit it. You've got to get out fast, have a go, iterate, try things, break things, throw them away and start again. We've done all of that, right? And until you actually get out there and start using things, you won't even know what the problems are you're going to face. The other one is key lesson for us: one digital team, not ICT in business, one digital team. I described the way we were working as business would chuck a pig over the fence and hope IT caught it. Or we'd do some new flash thing with integrated business requirements with a cool tool, so we added wings on the pig so that it landed more softly. And some of my colleagues in the room, and I got them in the room and said, we need to ask the question, why is there a fence? Why is there a fence? Why don't we build one team, combine project teams, business, IT and customers, and redesign our digital products? And we started doing that about 18 months ago, and we've had some better, improved results. And the third lesson is across government. And by that I mean reframe the way you think so that you start to enable a whole new across government capability. Example, we got together with the ATO 2 years ago. There would have been about 70 SS in the room. We were organising service channels and policy groups. We were sharing, trying to look for points of intersection. And we got to midday and we thought, this is a disaster. We're never going to find a point of intersection. So we reframed the afternoon to look at life events. And we looked at an individual, we looked at a small business, and went, oh wow, look at these points of intersection where we make people sort of bounce in between us. Let's see if we can change that. So the integrated shopfront offer came out of that. MyGov at the front end of your tax return came out of that. And pretty exciting and pretty soon, I don't know if the ATO have spoken here already today about this, but real-time income reporting. So when you get paid every fortnight, information will go to the ATO and they'll tell us. So if you receive a benefit from us, we'll go, hey, Fran, we got your income from the past 2 weeks. You don't qualify for anything, no. We've adjusted your family tax benefit. Here it is. Let us know if it was wrong, but it'll be completely effortless. My colleague from Singapore will tell you they already do that in Singapore. Jealous. The next program, Whippet, as I mentioned, our technology platform was invented about the same time as Pac-Man. Does anyone have a cassette in their ownership? Do you have a cassette? No one has a cassette. Wow. We're still running cassettes in human services. They run our payment system. No, but the 30 years old, really reliable workhorse, but not agile. You know, government, I need a new change. 9 months. $8 million, and we'll come back to a result. So we're not really in a position with a platform that enables agile service delivery, let alone policy delivery. When we started, this system that we built paid out $10 billion a year and touched about 2.5 million Australians. It's over $100 billion a year now. So time to give it a lick of paint and a bit of a replacement. So we decided rather than pour the same old wine into a new bottle, we would completely rethink what the business model would need to be to support government going forward. And a couple of key things came out of this, which I think link nicely into themes about today. The first is you no longer can invest as a government in an agency to replace its system for only its benefit. And we moved the whole business case into the mode of this is a utility for government. It's owned by government, and it will need to produce a payment functionality that can be used across all tiers of government. So federal, state, and I would even propose NGOs. Don't build your own payment system to people because you're responsible for giving out incentives. Use ours, and you just front it. That sort of thinking. The idea of government as a platform. This is one of the platforms we want to build. The other issues are being able to move more quickly and deliver on government policy. We're working in, the banks told us a month. We said 3 months, in 3-month cycles. Data in real time and real-time reporting. So one of the issues we have is if government asks us for a report on data, asks a policy question, I want the data, we're a bit like an episode of Sir Humphrey. We close the manila folder and say, Minister, I'll set up a committee and I'll be back. And about 3-4 months later, where's Tony Gargan? We come back with the answer, but that's how hard it is to actually take the data out of the systems, clean it, make sense of it, analyse it. It's just not easy in the old dog-old systems that we've got. So Tony Gargan, who's sitting there, is going to be the happiest man in the world because he'll be able to get real-time access to data, which we currently, it takes a lot of effort to do. Last thing, and I'll get off because I heard the bell, to shift from an agency like a Centrelink in the old days or the Medicare or human services, a big siloed agency sitting down in Tuggeranong, looking after its own accountabilities, to an agency that can provide a platform upon which government can deliver a range of services. We had to actually reframe that thinking before it got to the technology bit. And right up the front end, and this is a sketch of the area we use, we put down the pens, put down the ring binders, band paper, and put all the agencies in the room and said, why don't you co-design the investment proposition with us? And so when we went to Cabinet, each one of the 6 outcomes for this investment were owned by different ministers. And we've decided, we're so successful, we've decided we'll just keep running the whole program like this. And so it's a in many respects, life events driven, but we had to pull back and create the platform to reframe the thinking around how we might approach this issue. And hopefully, when we get down to the actual doing, that's what we'll build. But we didn't wait until the build bit to go, okay, how do I get government as a platform and have the lovely people from Cisco and Telstra and SAP and tell us this is how you do it? Because we all know you can build that platform. I said it doesn't stop the silos happening if you haven't addressed the policy issues up front. And I think Ty Emerson's in here, from our colleagues from DSS. We have moved from a relationship and with our colleagues at DSS from shifting to ring binders of documents and committee rooms to working in a space like this to redesign how we're going to make payments in Australia, and that's been quite transformative. Thank you.